Hey y'all, Jessie Petersen here with Let's Make Art. I'm a mixed media artist and I love art journaling and I just love making cool stuff, and we are gonna make something cool today. Thank you, Keenan. He's our art cheerleader. And
art cheerleader.
Camera guy.
That too.
Knower of facts.
Some facts.
Some facts.
Yeah.
Things. All the things. Okay, so we have been working in the theme of rituals and talking about different kinds of rituals, morning rituals, nighttime rituals, creative rituals. But one of my favorite rituals here at Let's Make Art is our Let's Make Art Matter postcard.
Yes.
And if you're new here, we like to just send some good vibes to people. And we get people to send in a name and tell us a little bit about somebody. And then we as a community send them some love through art and a postcard.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's super cool.
And so if you're a subscriber, then you got one of these postcards in your box and a little write-up about this person, and it's already addressed and it's got a stamp on it and it's ready to go, and all you gotta do is make art. Now, if you don't have one of those and you still wanna, spread some cheer, you can make this with us and just email
hello
Let's Make Art
at
our customer happiness team. Yeah, thanks, Keenan.
You're welcome.
I was like, wait, what is it called? Anyway, so you can get that address of that. So let me tell you a little bit about our recipient, and then we'll talk about our supplies and we'll get into it. So like I said, every month we come together as a community to create small acts of kindness through art. This month we're sending love to a rural elementary school outside of Charleston, South Carolina. Now this was sent in some time ago, and we've been through like a whole year of crazy things. But it says many families in this community have been greatly impacted by the COVID pandemic for a variety of reasons, particularly the staff and teachers. Because it's such a small school, teachers are having to teach virtually and in person at the same time, all while covering for all the teachers who are sick. Needless to say, it's been impossible to tell the teachers and staff exactly how much they are absolutely loved and cherished, and they could all use a little love and appreciation from the art community. Let's give them a reason to smile. So this has been a problem that's been going on for a while, and it impacts teachers like this school, and it impacts people all over the place, and we're still experiencing some crazy things with that. So
Yes,
I just thought now that school's back that this would be a fun one to focus on. And I love the idea of being in the habit of expanding our love and kindness beyond ourself and our community. And I think that the Let's Make Art Matter postcard allows us to do that in a really cool way. So we're gonna make something fun for them. And okay, supplies. We're gonna use our lunar paste, this color lunar paste, and then we're going to use white linen. We're gonna use our fabulous gold Faber Aqua watercolor pencil. And then we're gonna also use this stencil that I designed. It's the honeycomb stencil. And we'll use our X-Acto to cut these things out, but you can totally use a pair of scissors and a brush. Round 8 is gonna be fine. Whatever you got is gonna be fine. So those are our supplies. And then also the collage paper. I cut these things out of our collage paper. We cut things out for our other projects. And so maybe you've decided to use something different in your journaling and you got other elements. That's okay. We have all these fun sentiments. You can come up with your own sentiment. What I was pretty much thinking, this says, take time to make your soul happy. And I thought when people are going through hard times like that and they're in the position of serving others, like a teacher, I mean, there's so much service and love. I don't know how anybody becomes a teacher without that passion to serve others, right? But with that comes like, burnout and all kinds of other things.
True. And
we have to remember to do kind things for ourselves and to set time aside for ourselves, whether it's having a cup of tea at the end of the day and trying to just have a moment or make art, whatever it is. I think we all need those little reminders. We need that permission slip to do things for ourselves so that we can show up better for those that we love and are serving. So that's kind of the point. So you can make your own sort of iteration on this. You can follow along with what I'm doing. If you got a fun idea that kind of falls in line with that, you can do that, or you can do something totally different. It's all good. So gather your supplies, whatever you have. If you're doing these kind of things along with me, then I'll show you what to do with them, or just make it your own. It's all good. So we're gonna start out with the blank postcard. I'm gonna make sure I got it right side up. I send them out upside down all the time. It's no big deal. All right, and we're gonna start with the stencil. Now, I have this one in the packaging so you can identify it on the website, but my stencil is looking drastically different than that because I use texture paste on it. So
Oh, snap.
So this is what it looks like before you
Blang,
art
blang.
with it. And I'm just gonna, it's already got all kinds of tape on it and whatnot, but I'm kind of to see, I like that. It's gonna work. I'm just gonna tape mine down. And I love using this stencil in different ways. And we used the texture paste through it for a project, and we had a good time with that one for the morning ritual in our journal.
I liked that one a lot.
Thanks. And then we also used a similar technique, because I'm going to do on this one in the postcard, on our creativity ritual. And just in case you didn't see that video, I'll show you. We used it on the edges of this project here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did the texture paste through that. So you can go check out those projects as well if you missed those. But now we're going to kind of do a hybrid.
Nice.
Okay, so I got all this taped down pretty good. And I'm just going to go for it. And this is one of those things that might take a few minutes to do, and it's repetitive, so you can just settle in. I've been using this pencil a good bit, and now the point is a little bit blunt, and I needed it to be sharper, so I grabbed my pencil sharpener and I sharpened it, this one, because I want to be able to get into these areas so I can have kind of a sharper hexagon. And this is kind of like honeycomb, and I realize I'm doing it blue, and that's okay, because I do whatever I want, you know. I'm still going to add the lunar paste in there to kind of make it feel like tea or honey or whatever, but I just felt like the blue is a calming color.
It is. I like the blue.
So I'm just going to spend some time coloring this in, and I think it's fun to color it in darker in some and lighter than others, and then when we get done and we start adding water to it, it'll kind of have a different vibe to it. Not fun.
That is fun.
So I was thinking about one of the rituals that I like to do, a routine that I have that serves me well. I like to meditate in the morning, and I was talking about I think in the introduction we were talking, it's hard for me to do art and talk at the same time. I lost my train of thought. I really am a big fan of Sharon Salzberg, who implemented the idea of loving kindness and meditation and just expanding, you know, that positive vibe or thought outside of yourself. I mean, and you could get, I think the Let's Make Art Matter postcard is a good opportunity for that, but you can get even more expansive. I mean, if you really want to get crazy, you could meditate on the idea of, you know, the whole universe, like, I guess. It's a little big for me. It's hard for me, but I like to.
So when you meditate, you choose a thought to focus on, or do you try and, what is your process for that?
Well, I think everybody's different, and I mean, I have a very distractible brain, so even just focusing on my breath for a little bit, it's not really like I've arrived, I can focus on my breath for 10 minutes. You would think that would be easy, but it's actually really hard for me, because I'm like 30 seconds into it, and I'm already thinking about what the meal plan for dinner is tonight, right? Like, my brain is just gonna have those thoughts coming in, and it's not about like having a perfect meditation or having like this perfect thought. It's more about like, I just made an effort to be in the moment, and even if the 10 minutes that I sat there, it was only 30 seconds of being intentional. That was more than I was doing before. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bonus.
And I feel like, you know, if I'm thinking, may you be happy, may you have peace, in that mindset, and then somebody in traffic later, you know, is in a hurry and they're trying to go around me or something, I can just be like, may you be happy. And not be like, oh, this guy, he's in a hurry, you know, like.
How dare they?
I'm not saying I react that way all the time, but I'm more likely to react that way if I took a moment to check in with myself, you know?
There are days I have those days.
Yeah?
Oh, yes.
That you're like, get mad at the person?
Uh-huh.
Or are you the person who's going around the person?
I'm usually both. I can't say one or the other.
Sorry, I was just kidding. I wasn't really like.
I get it. You know, I get it.
Anyway, it can't hurt, right?
No, it cannot hurt. What it can do is help. It can help calm you down a little, like you said, make you feel more centered on the day or what you need to focus on.
But I know art does that too. It just
Yeah.
helps me like be in the moment, slow down, and I just love it. And it's even cooler when I'm doing it for somebody else. And I have been receiving postcards from our friends in our community. And now I know what it feels like to receive that. Like, it's pretty awesome. So I'm
really
even more
good.
motivated to like send out the good vibes to other people, you know? It's kind of cool. Grateful for those interactions that I get to have. I'm gonna do a couple just a little bit lighter too. Just softer with maybe like a couple of edges. I don't know. You do you. It's all good. And then as I work this way, so when I designed this stencil, I wanted there to be kind of some negative space in there, but I may create even more. So like I did a version and I kind of spaced it out a little bit. And then I like the idea of it spacing out even more, like not as many on that side, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm gonna put that here.
No, that does make sense.
So just keep on going. I like these kind of repetitive things though. It's kind of fun. Really dark on that one and then kind of lighter like that. That's one thing I like when I'm doing something repetitive is I can change it up and think about it even though I'm doing the same thing over and over. It's kind of cool.
You could even make the spaces you're filling in, you could even make them darker on one side to lighter on the other for another type of
I just did that. I
effect.
did it dark at the top and then I went lighter.
Yeah, see?
I'm
Do all
picking up what
kinds
you're
of
putting
stuff.
down. Yeah. I think I might do two next to each other like that.
Endless
And
possibilities.
this one can be even darker than that one at the top and then get lighter. And this one can be lighter than those two. Yeah.
Nice.
It's so fun. I just love these pencils. And we have a lot of different colors of these if you really want to get crazy. If this is your thing, you know. We always have products to support whatever your thing is that we have introduced you to.
And if it's not your thing, you should try it.
Well, that's the thing. They can try it and find out if it's their thing or not.
Totally.
Right.
Because it's super cool to see how the water reacts with these pencils.
It's kind of magic.
It is magic.
When I was a kid, I loved those coloring books that already had the paint on it, like the little dots of paint, and then you just use the wet brush and move it around. My youngest is kind of into those right now, and they're so nostalgic because I like them. And I kind of think that these watercolor pencils are kind of the same feeling. It's like, hey, there's paint there. It doesn't look like paint until you get it wet, and then all of a sudden it's doing cool stuff.
I don't think I've ever used one of those.
What?
Yeah.
They're cool. So I'm skipping a couple in here,
Nice.
and then
Keeps that stencil guessing. It has no idea what you're going to do next.
yeah, I skipped that so. I want one right there. You could just fill in the whole thing if that's what you want to do. But I kind of like the idea of it being less sparse over here.
I keep thinking about how the stencil could be a code breaker where in some spots you can see certain letters, or certain words,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know how to do that. So I'm not sure how I would make that happen.
I just like the idea of like making something that someone has to decode. or I don't know if I like the idea of making something that someone has to decode as much as I like getting that, because I think it's so much harder to make it than it is to
come up with a clever thing. I agree.
Maybe, I don't know. So would you make me something I can decode, Kaden? Because I want a challenge.
Well,
no?
It sounds like a challenge to make it, so I think I will be procrastinating on it for an extended period. I'll get back to you.
He's all, nah. Okay, I'm just making sure I got what I want here. I think I want that guy to be a little bit darker at the top there. All right, got it. Yeah, so I tried this both ways. I tried getting this wet and then adding the paint, and then I tried adding the paint while it wasn't wet. And what happened was the yellow and the green mixed, and that wasn't exactly what I wanted. So if you want it to mix and have a yellow-green effect, then you can do the paint at the same time, but I'm gonna do it different. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to.
See, that looks cool over there.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so if you want it to be a little blurry in spots, cool. If you want it to keep that crispness, then you can just kind of color within that shape and it still looks like watercolor.
This is why I'm saying people should try these.
It's so fun, y'all.
Should try the pencil, I mean.
This is so fun. I like the idea of these ones kind of being a little softer. I'm okay with that. Blend some of this blue around and then keep some of these other shapes. I could do this all day long.
Love to color in some blue stop signs. That's the perfect shape for what you were saying. Take some time. Stop. Take some time.
Yeah.
Drink some tea.
Give yourself permission to pause.
Yeah. It's the law. It's the art law. Give yourself some permission to pause.
Some blue hexy time. Little hexies.
Stop, look, and get your
Hexy,
snack
hexy.
on. You heard that song? Stop, look, and listen.
I thought you were going to say, have I heard the snack song? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not a song.
I made it up.
Unless you made it up. Oh yeah, look how dark that one is.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens when we do our gradual ones. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Looking
Wow.
cool.
I love how those look.
Thanks. It's one.
Ooh, that one looks cool with the really dark outline and the hollow inside.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just take another look, see if there's anything else. You're like, oh, I need a little bit more water on that or whatever. I guess I could have been methodical and went like left to right and not missed anything, but I think it's okay to miss some because then it just looks different.
Yeah, I like the varying looks.
I just rinsed off my brush because I didn't want all of that pigment to turn that whole thing blue. I still wanted to have that hard edge.
Yeah.
I like some of these still staying kind of white in the middle though, so I'm going to leave that.
Gives the whole thing a bit more personality.
Yeah, some variation on a theme here.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot my heat gun, so we'll just have to let this dry for a second. Just fine. And we'll cut out our elements.
Those that pencil watercolor pigment, that dries pretty quickly. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be a thing.
Bad.
I just like to speed things up sometimes when I can, but it's not necessary.
I get it.
All right, so I'm gonna trim out the take time to make your soul happy. But if any of these are, you know, trying to calling out to you to use to create, go with it. Or you could even letter your own. And if you're looking for some lettering inspiration, we got lots of cool lettering videos. I love both.
We have a lot of videos, lots of educational videos to learn all kinds of different and fun things.
Mm-hmm.
All for your viewing pleasure.
I love Keenan's commercial voice. It's so good. Whoop. It's okay. Got a little bit of rough edge. That's all right. Just come in there and trim it off. Or leave it alone because it's not that big a deal. But I kind of just love cutting a little sliver of paper.
A little curly Q.
Yeah, it's fun. All right.
That could be a decoration.
Oh, this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think you can see it there. There it is. All right. Got that. I'm gonna cut out my teapot. Now you could cut right on the edge, but I kind of like the idea of having a little bit of an edge of that, of our off-white kind of cream paper in the background. So I'm gonna just give it a little halo or a little space, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce sang a song named Halo.
Yeah?
I can't remember how it goes, but it's super catchy. It goes something like Halo, 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 Halo.
Get cut crooked if you make me laugh. When there's an opportunity I had to really master my cutting skills on X-Acto in college when we decided that we're going to make an entire Christmas tree out of foam core. And foam core is that poster board that has that foam in between. All of the students in my class decided that we were going to make foam core Christmas ornaments that we're going to like hand cut. It was hard, but also so fun.
That sounds cool.
Some of my ornaments were not recognizable as what they were supposed to be. There's definitely a learning curve there. It was a lot of fun though. And September is about when I start thinking like, should I make something that's going to be labor intensive as a gift for somebody? And it's usually never enough time.
September.
Like foam core ornaments, or I get crazy ideas.
3 months to prepare myself.
Still, I'm like, all right, yeah.
What kind of a restriction is this?
I get halfway into it, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. What do they got on Amazon? This is not quite dry yet.
I've been saying stuff I can make that for years.
You know what? I've heard you say that actually. You know what I can make?
I've been saying it for years. How many things have I made? 2, maybe.
I have 2 X-Actos and no palette knife, and I don't know how that happened. There we go.
Time to improvise. We can make a palette knife, Jesse.
We could. We can make that right now.
Yes. We just need some chewing gum and tape.
Okay, MacGyver.
And a straw.
You lost me. Okay, so I'm just gonna dispense some of that on my palette. I'm gonna use my round 8 brush. I'm actually just gonna get that off of there now while it's wet, because then it won't mix with my Yes paste later. And I'm gonna get some white paint too. Why not? Well, this is still wet. I'm gonna let this dry for 1 second and then I'm gonna go into the next part because I don't want my paint to mix into these spots right there.
Okay.
So let's just give it a minute. Go get a snack. We'll be right back. Okay, this is looking dry so we can get to the next step and get my brush wet. Now we're using this Lunar paste again as paint, which it's thick and the viscosity is more than the paint. So, and it is slick. Slick stuff here. I'm gonna add a little bit of white so I can kind of get this shimmery sort of tea or honey kind of color going on. And I like the idea of having some of that in there. Whoop, got some on the edge. Living on the edge. There we go. I like starting out with a lighter value and then going darken it in areas that I'm wanting to be darker. I'm holding it up a little because the way that the lights are for me, it kind of is reflective, but then I'm like, is it reflective for them? No, we're good.
I think it looks great.
Thanks. Needed that reassurance. All right, look at that. And then I know I'm gonna put my teapot somewhere over here. So, kind of want to have a little background for it too. Background of this sort of tea, honey, I don't know, color. What does it look more like, honey or tea, or both?
Man, I love honey, and so I'm going to go with honey because it sounds yummy right now. But I can't decide.
I couldn't either, and so I was just like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it looks great.
And I'm just putting this over there because I'm like, I want it to go beyond the edge of the teapot, so I might need to extend my color here a little more. Just thinking, yeah.
Oh man, you could make a maze with this hexagon stencil.
You totally could.
That'd be so fun.
Are you gonna have a code in it too, or?
It should be a Morse code. Yes. Excellent idea, Jesse.
That was your idea, wasn't it? To have
No.
codes and stuff?
Well,
I'm just repeating the things that you said earlier.
you said code in the maze. That wasn't my original idea.
I'm just building on all the ideas that you've had and putting them together. They're still your ideas. I'm not trying to steal your thunder here. I'm supporting you.
I don't have thunder. Lightning? Yes. Thunder? No. Call me QRF, Quick Reaction Force.
When I was a kid, they had some pound puppies that you could get at Hardee's, and they had released different pound puppies each week.
What is a pound puppy?
It's just this cute little stuffed puppy that's just adorable. It was a big deal when I was a kid.
When you were a kid?
Yeah. And I had two of the same one. They were supposed to have a different one week, but it was the same one. I was collecting them all. I think there was like 7 or something. So I decided that those two were twins. My dad and me were deciding what to name these pound puppies. And I named them one Thunder and the other one Lightning.
Nice.
You thought, where is this coming? And then for Christmas, I got a big dog, a gray one. And I was like, oh, I got a mama dog. And I was like, what should I name her, Dad? He was like, well, she's gray. I'd name her Fog Dog.
Fog Dog.
And so that was her name, Fog Dog. So funny. It's
a very nature-conscious family of dogs.
Fog Dog,
Thunder, Lightning, and Thunder.
They all had like names like that. And I think my brother helped me make a little cardboard doghouse for him. I mean, I was really into these pound puppies. It was pretty legit.
Pound puppies.
Give me a little emoji, hands up if you know what a pound puppy is.
Wait, I don't.
Yeah, no. And
Sorry.
Also, that was an emoji, but that's okay.
You don't want me to send you any emojis?
I do.
Oh.
I still want you to.
Okay.
And now you know, so you can't.
Now I'll Google pound puppy.
Well, that took a turn. Okay, so I'm liking that. And then I want to show you, I kind of mixed the gold a little bit with the white to kind of get some steam, just a little hint of steam there.
Huh.
So I kind of want to decide, this is still wet, so I'm not going to get crazy and leave that on there for too long, let it get wet. But I'm thinking it's a good spot for that. All right. So I might just use just straight white first to get the steam. And I'm kind of going to make it like meander. And it might reconstitute a little bit that blue, but that's okay. I want more white on my brush. Let's see. It's just the hint of steam, because steam's not like, you know, heavy or anything. Just barely there.
What's your favorite kind of tea?
Oh, I like sleepy time herbal tea when I am getting ready for bed. It's really, just love that. There's one called Peach Tranquility that I really like. And I used it one time when we did tea stained paper, remember that?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so this has got you thinking about tea stained paper now. We got a tutorial for that.
True.
It's a lot of fun. Now I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit of that into my steam. Just a little of that gold. I'm gonna call that good. And we're gonna have to let this dry, and then we can paste on our stuff, and I think we'll have it. Actually, I think I want some darker. I always do that. I'm like, we're done. No, wait, just kidding.
Yeah, wait, we need to add more things.
I like the idea of these kind of having a little bit of darker underneath them. I think we were talking when I was adding some of those accents, and I didn't like call it out, but I like it. Oh, I get dark. It's all right. Blend it out. Lauren can be okay with that. It's cool. Okay, all right. It's a little bit more white there. I want that to look like you're having to see through the fog of the seam there. All right. Let that dry, and we'll paste the next thing. Okay, so now that's dry, we get to do the last step, which is yes paste. So I like to use this big tub, but there's also the little one that comes in the box if you like that. All right. Get the top off. It's half the challenge here. All right. This one's getting sticky again. I need to put some more Vaseline on there.
Oh yeah, pro tip.
No, we haven't shared that in a while. It's a good tip.
That is a good tip.
Whoa, I was about to put my palette in the paint instead of the yes face. It's like when I drink my paint water.
Gross. Your paint water currently looks like the white Gatorade.
Oh yeah, the something frost or whatever.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be too bad.
Glacier, something.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lightly put that there because I want to be able to adjust because I want that steam to line up, so I might need to move that, shift that around depending on where this guy gets. I have a couple of different teacups that I like. I have some that are fancy and I have mugs. And I like the idea of having those choices, even if I'm still drinking Peach Tranquility tea. It's like the mug sets the mood, you know?
Oh, yeah. I get that. I get that a lot. Do you have sayings on your mugs?
Some of them. I have one that someone gave me that says blessed. I like that one. I have one that just says mama in a bunch of different languages.
Oh, that's cool.
So, you know, after bedtime, routine. I might need the mama mug. And then I have some really beautiful, like really girly ones that just make me feel bougie when I drink out of them.
Huh. It's weird.
It's just like, yeah, I deserve this tea right now. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling silly, like I'm oversharing, and I can't find my take time to make your soul happy that I cut out. Do we see it anywhere?
I do not.
I cut it out. I did cut it out.
I believe in you.
Because it was a...
Is it under your palette?
Oh,
or under your napkin?
Okay, this happens to me all the time. I want to know if this happens to y'all.
Please share.
on that.
Let us feel better about our losing small pieces of paper.
Keenan, this is emergency.
Is it on the floor next to your chair right there?
Where?
Right there.
This?
Yeah.
No, that's a little sliver.
2 hours later.
I'm going to cut this one out since I can't find my other little slip of paper, and that's all right. Because I know I'm going to find it when I stand up.
Is it stuck to your knife?
No.
Oh, okay. I saw paper.
It's okay. You could take time to take time to make your soul happy, or you could do embrace your own pace. And now I'm going to be embracing my pace because I got going fast, and I don't know what happened to that slip of paper I got out. Wouldn't it be funny if it was right out here on camera and everyone is like screaming at us, being like, it's right there.
It's right there.
Is it stuck to my ruler? No. It's all right. It's totally here somewhere. I'll find it.
It's somewhere. Or it's not.
Or Keenan ate it with that brownie.
Listen, fiber is a key part of the diet.
It's all right. We're just going to embrace this moment. We're going to be fine with it.
That's so funny.
I'd not be telling the truth if I said this never happened to me before. I like this too, though. It's good.
Yeah, this is a great quote. Great little phrase.
And I'm determined to finish this. I'm not going to make that be a barrier for me and then not get my postcard in the mail. So I think it's good, especially when we're making something for someone else. It forces us to finish. I think I like it right there. Sticky, sticky. All right, we did it. You could have used this one or this one, whatever. But the most important thing is we took time to make art together. We took time to make art for somebody else. We're putting good, kind vibes out in the world. We're extending that, past ourselves and our community to do something awesome. And I love it when you share what you made because I know they'll just be variations of a theme, or maybe you'll make something totally different. So if you want to share that with us, we have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Journals that you can do there. Awesome community of art cheerleaders. You can use that hashtag on Instagram, wherever you hang out. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for painting with us, and we'll see you next time. Keenan, I found it.
Where was it?